What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Kings. You're with your host, Austin Chang. And wait, I said I wasn't going to introduce the pod again, remember?
No, no,
I
I
was just
said
going
I
to go into it.
introduced the special
No, but I
episode.
remember when you said how I'm just going to go straight into it, say what's up, but
Yeah,
whatever. Right here. I'm here with Ryan. It's been a while since our last podcast.
2 weeks, normal.
Oh, it's normal. Yeah,
Yeah,
felt like
normal.
longer. Felt
Yeah.
like longer.
So,
Why? You're gonna like? I thought you were gonna segue us.
so how you been though?
Good. I mean, couldn't be any better, you know.
Nice, nice. Playoffs round one, pretty much done at this point.
All done. Interesting outcomes on some of the
A lot of them I thought were
series.
were crazy to be honest. Some of them I expected a bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like the main thing I looked at after round one is like if you told me that some of these teams were going to be out in round one, even like 3 years ago, I'd call you crazy.
If you told me some of these teams wouldn't have even put up a fight,
Yeah.
I'd call you crazy.
Phoenix.
uh, yeah, that's the big one.
That's the big one. Milwaukee and
Milwaukee actually
Philadelphia.
didn't do that bad.
I'm just saying, like, if you told 3 years ago
Yeah.
these guys have like almost the same roster and they wouldn't make it past round one, you'd be like,
I mean,
what happened?
Philly, I was actually kind of expecting it to be honest.
Yeah, but they probably put up the most fight out of the other teams.
Yeah, yeah. But I think they also went against the most underwhelming second seed team of
Really, you think so?
yeah, so to
I
me,
don't know. New York, I think is underrated. I think
okay, yeah, definitely underrated now, but I thought at the time they were
what's at the time during the
like
series?
2 seasons ago. Not 2 seasons, 2 weeks ago.
Really, you were underwhelmed.
Yeah, because Boyan was out with
Boyan is a
surgery. No,
non-factor.
but he was out with surgery, so I thought that was a thing. Randall,
He was
we
out.
didn't know he was out, so I
Yeah,
thought that their depth got slashed. So I was thinking, yo, they're done for.
they're a fake two seed.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was thinking. Not anymore, I guess.
yeah, and I mean, props to them for these other guys
For
to
sure,
stick
yeah.
up. Like Brunson, obviously doing the heavy
Oh,
lifting.
what, 41, 47 points?
I feel like 4 games in a row he was dropping like
Yeah,
40. But like Josh Hart on the side of that,
my guy.
damn near being the second option.
He pretty much
DiVincenzo,
was the
yeah,
yo, DiVincenzo playing under Tibbs like 40 minutes a game and still hitting like what, six, seven threes a night?
yeah.
Crazy.
I think what's important about
Crazy.
these guys that are playing 40 minutes is like I think if you're comfortable with the guys around you, you don't mind playing all these big minutes.
You know
Like,
how like when you're playing ball with your boys and you're
yeah,
winning
after
and you just never get tired?
Mhm,
That's what happened to New York.
exactly. And it's like if you're on the court and you know that you're beside DiVincenzo and Josh Hart, like if you're Brunson, like these are your boys.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just go with the ebbs and flows. Like your body is just it's just playing on autopilot.
It's so just in tune with everyone around you.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
that's why I think Embiid kind of struggles with these minutes is because every possession it's like he's not that comfortable with the guys around him. Like it's not a real
Not yet at
system.
least, right?
So props to Tips for that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Boston Miami was everyone expected Boston to clear that game out, to
Yeah.
clear that series out. So uh question for you. Should Miami move on from Jimmy?
No, I think it's too early for that. I think they still,
5 seasons in and you think it's still too early for that.
for sure. I mean, they made the finals 2 of those years.
Okay, and they both lost in 6 games and 5 games.
I mean,
So
6 games against Denver is, and while playing bad, I think that's a good sign. And this year, it just happened to be that you like in the regular season, you dealt with some injuries with Hero. Even Butler has been out. I think you have to run it back. I mean, it's not like all like roads are dead ends
mhm.
for Miami. I think if they just make a couple moves here and there, then they'd be good. Like if they got Lillard, they would have probably made a
They
better
probably
run.
would have, yeah.
So I don't think you have to blow it up for sure. They
Okay.
still like each other.
All right. And Boston, we're comfortable with them moving forward.
Of course, they're probably gonna make the finals. Like the East is looking pretty
Yeah.
weak.
And we talked about New York and Philly. New York was New York was killing it that series. I can't even lie. This was
Yeah.
their first time that I was actually really impressed by them, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah. And it's funny because it's without Randall. I think for me, like if Randall was playing, part of me feels like they wouldn't win the series. I don't know why. Like, is that hating?
I think I said that 2 weeks ago too.
Did you?
I said that if Randall was on the team and he was healthy, I think New York loses the series.
Did you?
But
Wow.
with Randall
Called it.
out, I think they have a chance
Oh,
to beat Philly. Well, obviously, the chance became
reality.
reality, so they're moving on to the next round. And Philly, I think it's time to move on from Tobias Harris, bro.
Yeah, I think you called it. Him and Heel, both of them. You called it. I disagree with you, but at the end of the day, like you were totally correct. Heel was a non-factor pretty much, and Harris just wasn't the guy he's supposed to be
Well,
again.
Harris, being the most expensive role player that I've ever seen, dropped what 0 points
Two
in
shots,
on 0-2 field goal, 29 minutes. My man was doing suicides out there.
dead ass, dead
Yeah.
ass.
So bye bye, bye bye Tobias. I'll see you in Charlotte.
Oh man, yeah, where is he gonna go?
Yeah, probably Charlotte.
Maybe China.
China? I don't think China yet.
Not
Not
gonna.
yet, not yet, not yet.
No,
It's
no.
probably Greece or something.
Oh, Greece, yeah, yeah. Go with Kevin Porter Jr. over
Yeah.
there.
Or
It's sad.
Kemba in
Oh, Kemba, yeah, in the Philippines.
in the Philippines now.
I swear he's in the Philippines,
I thought
right?
he was in like Dubai or something.
Oh, they don't got basketball money yet. They got soccer money for not basketball money yet.
Nah, but Tobias, I'm really disappointed because you and Greg were hyping him so much.
Bro, yeah, I'm a Tobias Harris enthusiast.
Yeah. And
So
not that I'm a hater, but I'm a realist with that guy. Like I just didn't see the value in paying him 35 million a year.
yeah, the
Yeah.
value wasn't there.
But what's the good thing for Philly is they have two max slots open now.
They do. They do have
Yeah.
two nice slots open.
So LeBron to Philly.
The bad thing is that there's no one on the market for them. Like
Paul George,
he's a name.
James Harden, back to Philly.
Harden's not really a name. Like I don't think he's a guy that you're paying max money. Like,
No.
and he probably wants to stay anyways. But
Yeah.
like I don't see the names that are there that
I
or
think
you're able to even
I
sign.
think PG's actually a really realistic choice, to be honest.
I hope so. Yeah.
Clippers don't want to give him the max money no more.
Hmm.
So if he goes to the Sixers, bro, that's a solid trio right there.
Yeah, I think that's like the only guy that they can like. Maybe it's a good thing that's one guy on the market realistically,
Yeah.
but it's the guy that makes the most sense.
hmm
But if they do get Paul George, yeah, I'll be
I mean, LeBron
looking
opted
forward to
out of
that.
his contract too, so
You think LeBron's moving again?
LeBron, I
I
think
don't know.
he has a chance, to be honest.
I think firing the whole coaching staff is a sign that he's probably running shit around
You
there.
think he's the one firing the coaching
I
staff?
think so. I think so. I think he was so sick of them this year that he's probably just bringing his own guys.
Well, who's he gonna bring?
I really want to say JJ Redick, but I don't think he's bringing in Redick.
Ty Lue? He's gonna bring
If
from the Clippers.
Tyler would be actually a perfect coach for them because I would say he's top
Ty
five
Lue
coach,
is a top five LeBron coach.
top five coach. And even this year, I think he was coaching well. It's just like unfortunate that Kawhi is out the whole year, but the way he utilized Zubac in that series,
Yeah, fair,
the way
fair.
he used Norman Powell in spurts, like it's impressive the way he coached
I
that
think it
team.
just sucked with that, but we'll get to the six.
Yeah, we'll get
We'll
to
get
that.
to that series later. But
Yeah.
I think Philly has a real chance of snagging one max player and like two or three solid role players still.
Hmm.
I think that's super realistic for them, and don't discount Philly next year. I think they're going to be a top three seed.
Why do you think so?
I don't know. Maxi's just going to make another jump. Which shout out him for most improved, but I still think Kobe White should have won
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That word is
It's like the year Ja Morant won last year
that's what it feels
last
like.
year,
Yeah.
right? It's like you expected him to make that jump, so it doesn't really make sense. You should give that award to someone you
Maybe
weren't.
his teammate,
Yeah.
the teammate that kind of jumped from a 27th overall pick to or what I don't know, he was 22 or 27th,
Something like that.
but like 20th pick or whatever to like a second option. You're not gonna give it to that
Yeah.
guy.
Or you give it to the guy who was getting 8 minutes a game or 14 minutes a game to
Yeah.
scoring 29
Mm-hmm.
in your
Carrying them to the playing series,
yeah.
like come on, like
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
we both said it too.
Yeah.
It should have been him.
It
Yeah.
could have been White, but it's whatever. Max is gonna make that jump for sure. So I think the Sixers with Embiid, MVP, Paul George maybe on the run, LeBron maybe, Bronny James too. Like that's a that's a top three seed in the East.
The more you say it, the more I do want to see Paul George on the Sixers now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, I think it's possible. Like I'm gonna give 60-40 odds. Like
Wow.
I think
It's
it's
favored for him to go to
yeah, I think
Philly,
it's favored for him to go to Philly because Clippers, I don't think they want him anymore.
which is sad.
Yeah.
All this stuff is there. Like, I think I'll be pissed off more that he's doing a podcast in between the series, like in between the games. In that series, he's like hopping on. Yeah. So when he said that, I was like, come on, like, you gotta be locked in, bro. You gotta be locked in.
This guy thinks, well, like, to be fair, I love his podcast, so I can't say shit about it, right?
It's a good podcast.
It's a really good podcast. It's one of my favorites. But I think during playoffs, you really gotta like put in a few extra, few extra
Yeah.
reps in on those Monday
You gotta
nights.
you
You
gotta
know.
put these things aside.
Yeah.
You gotta sacrifice something.
Well, it's 2 years in a row. Like maybe it's gonna be three. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, three and was that Milwaukee and Indy?
yeah.
You called that one. I didn't expect Milwaukee to flop. They actually didn't flop.
They
Let's
didn't
be
flop
honest.
because no Giannis.
And no Dame for 2 games.
Yeah.
But Middleton stepped up.
Middleton proved that he wasn't washed. Like
Yeah.
he might be like the second player ever to become unwashed.
Lopez looked a little old there though.
Yeah,
He looked lost.
he did look lost.
Yeah. But I think it also comes down to like you're playing against Miles Turner, who's basically you, but with a better three
And younger.
and younger
And can jump and can dunk.
and can run.
And can run.
So you plus 10 overalls basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pascal played out of his mind. Uh like we love to see Raptors just
Yeah.
former Raptors just dominate. So OG and Pascal crazy.
One of the games I tuned in, and my dad has been a serial Siakam hater, and that was the one. I don't know, it was game three or it was a game he dropped like 30 something
I think that
points.
was game three, game four.
Man, I was telling my dad like, yo, trust like Siakam, he's actually good. All right, watch him on a different team. That game comes on, mid range bucket, layup, crossover, mid range J, and like my dad's like, where's his points? How much points does he have? They put up the graphic. 35 points. My dad's like, what is he doing? He's this good. I was like, I told you, Dad. I fucking told you Siakam was that guy, bro. And then since then he's like, man, I wish we'd Siakam again. I wish he was still here, man. So yeah, I was proud to see Siakam do that.
I don't think the Raptors should have traded Siakam.
Well, I'm fine with that. I don't care.
No, no,
We were going
obviously,
nowhere.
obviously you say that now, but like, bro's dropping like 35, 30, 35 in a game every night during the playoffs.
Hmm.
Like, imagine that what that would have done for the development of this current squad.
Yeah, but
Because
would he do that on this squad? That's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know.
Carlisle unlocked him seriously
Yeah,
because he gave him the ball.
yeah,
That's all it was.
yeah. And Tyrese just did Tyrese things. I think Siakam still outshined him in this series.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Tyrese still did pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he still feel like he was a little bit injured, hampered by this hamstring that he's been dealing with for the
But
past couple months.
he had such a solid like supporting staff that it didn't even
It
affect
doesn't
him. Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
And my boy, for like the last year, Aaron Neesmith, bro. I gotta say, he stepped it up, especially the overtime game where they eventually lost.
Yeah.
But he went off that game. I mean, I'm so proud to see Neesmith actually like contributing. I knew he could do this. I knew it.
If Giannis was healthy though, what would have been the
Ooh.
actual outcome? Because he didn't play at all this playoffs.
No, what would you say? I think it would have been
Game
probably
seven.
50-50.
I'd say game seven.
Yeah, I would say it's a 50-50 chance for each team to win at that
But
point.
I think and I'm gonna be straight honest here because I did say Milwaukee was gonna move on. After that one, if Giannis is healthy, I think Indiana goes.
Oh, wow.
Because the way that Siakam just pulls through, like sure, maybe Giannis would be guarding Siakam, but bro, you had so many open like better like guys were just playing out of their mind for Indy that series. Like Middleton had to step up because he was forced to. Dame was playing through what a hamstring or a knee or something like that,
Hmm.
and Brook just did not look like himself. Bobby played pretty good, but
Bobby played pretty good, yeah.
I don't know about everyone else. I think Indiana just there was no bad plays or bad contributors at all. Everyone was just a positive on the floor.
Yeah.
Whereas like for Milwaukee, it was just like, yeah, I don't know anymore. Like everyone's looking
Yeah.
their age.
And one of the guys when Milwaukee lost him that I felt like actually really hurt them a lot is Grayson Allen.
Mm,
Because when he was on Milwaukee, he was pretty underrated, you
yeah.
would say so. But the value he added on offense and defense and just as like energy, it's important because when you lose him, like who's coming off the bench?
Who's shooting threes?
Like is Pat Connaughton like still going crazy? Like no,
I
he's
mean,
not.
no.
I don't know why the coach wasn't trusting Andre Jackson. I think he should have played way more.
I mean, Doc actually almost overcame a 3-0 lead or 3-1
Yeah,
lead. So like, you know,
but it's true.
props him for that, bro.
He coaches teams when they don't have their best player. He actually does. So
You
yeah,
know, you put Doc on like a tanking team, they'll fight for a play-in spot.
they will. Yeah, put him
But
in Charlotte.
you put him on a contending team, they're gonna lose in the first round. Like
Exactly.
that's just how it
Just
is.
just like the lights are too bright for him
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
And Cleveland, Orlando.
Yeah, that
That was the most intense series.
what a series though, right? Like,
7 games, Donovan Mitchell and Paolo Banchero going at it each night,
hmm
bro. And they won tonight. Cleveland won tonight. Uh, 39 from Mitchell. I said 31 from Paolo. I think something like
it
that.
was in 30s, yeah.
Bro, it was a fun series. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't watch the game tonight because I was working, but the game I did watch game six, bro.
Yeah.
Mitchell was popping off. I was on the treadmill. I was just watching it go happen, just like back and forth, back and
Mm.
forth. I'm just like, yo, like Mitchell,
He's gonna take
if
him home.
if he wants to stay in Cleveland, like he will make that happen.
Yeah, if he just play like shit the last 5 minutes, he's like, ah, just let me get out of here.
Because I think Mitchell said that if they don't make a conference finals, he's leaving.
He said that.
Yeah, he said that.
There's no way he said that. He actually said that.
Or someone around him said that.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so they have to play well.
Yeah.
They have to. But I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Mitchell be traded for Jimmy. Because Bam and Mitchell's timeline matches way better than Bam and Jimmy's.
That is true. That's an interesting one you just brought up there. Like, out the blue, just bring that up.
My
Damn.
only issue would be Hero, because I don't know if Hero can play alongside Mitchell. Because we already see Garland does like Garland and Mitchell mesh well, but they don't because their skill sets are
They're
too
both
in
small
line with each
guards.
other.
Yeah.
Where that's why I'd consider like sending Garland. If you keep Mitchell, send Garland to San Antonio because he gets to play with Wemby, and that's a perfect match.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is just me throwing ideas out here right now, but
While they just made the second
yeah,
round, you're saying all this crazy, crazy. So I mean, you think they can make the conference? I think they
I
have a
think they
chance.
can. They have a good chance.
I mean,
Who are they playing this round? Indy?
it's India. It's a.
What are we saying?
I mean, that series. I hope it's close, but both of these teams are going to get swept by Boston. So I don't know
Yeah.
if what I say even matters.
If I'm being honest though, I think Indy takes this one.
I'd hope to see it.
I
Like,
think Indy takes this one. Siakam's just too big of a threat,
but
and he can
he's
play on.
going against
Okay, fine. But
Mobley.
okay, if Mobley is like on his A game, they're gonna lock up Siakam, and he has to rely on everyone else around him.
hmm
So Neesmith has to take up another spot. Um,
It's Halliburton. That's the one that you're
it's
forgetting.
How
Against the small guards,
yeah,
he's the guy that has to
because
pop
he's
off.
he's like 5 feet taller than the other one.
Yeah. Like, you know who's low key having to pop off here? I might put a bet on this, bro. TJ McConnell. Because Cleveland's backup guards, it's butter chicken, bro. It's actually butter chicken, dude. It's what? It's George's Niang and like these slow like and who's a shooter? I even forget his name. I don't think he's even
Sam
playing.
Decker,
No,
Sam Merrill.
Sam Merrill. Like
Okay.
he's gonna come in like McConnell's. He's gonna
Oh,
pop
he's
off.
gonna cook him.
So I'm hoping that Indiana like the guards put in the work the series.
If Cleveland's defense like outshines game one and game two, they're taking it.
Mm.
But I think offense wise, I think Indiana has a way better shot in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like
'Cause,
two opposite sides of the spectrum
yeah,
here.
so like you're gonna have to win with elite defense or elite offense.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest, Cleveland only has Mitchell right now for offense.
Yeah, the way they've been playing, yeah,
Yeah, everyone else is like, yeah, I'll shoot 20% from the field. That's okay.
it's fine.
I have Mitchell shooting 80%.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay with me.
I'll show up for one game and then I'll just take a dump the rest of them.
Like Allen's just rebounding, nothing else.
Mobley hasn't done shit since the first half of game
That's
one.
what I mean. That's what I
Like
mean. Like
since that.
Siakam will feed if Mobley's not in his A game.
Yeah.
So like I think Indiana takes it.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call,
Yeah.
honestly.
And then Boston and New York.
Ah, man, this I don't, I'm like I might be a Knicks believer. Like I
Okay,
really want the
okay,
Knicks to
okay.
win.
I mean OG's there, so I'll cheer for him.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at Boston, you look at their starting five, it's you
KP's
can't.
out.
Is
KP's
he?
out with an injury right now.
Is he?
Yeah. And who are they gonna play? 39-year-old Al
Al
Horford?
Horford's gonna hop in for 40 minutes. You never know. I mean, he that's why he
Here's the
sits so much.
he's the guy that would do that.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know if he is able to, but he'll drag his legs onto the floor
He'll,
if needed.
he's a Boston ride or die for sure.
Yeah,
He left that team or got traded and came back. That's how you know that he's loyal to Boston.
he's loyal. He loves Brad Stevens.
He loves Brad Stevens, yeah. So I mean, who knows? Without KP, like, do you know how long he's out?
I want to say a week or two.
He might push it. He might come back earlier than that,
Hmm.
judging if the series is
Yeah,
close. but I really hope that New York puts up a big fight
I
because they have
think New
guys.
York with KP out has a chance.
They could definitely take the first, like they could like one
They
to
can
two
take game
games.
one or yeah, they
They
can
could
take
take,
game one. I think they can take game one,
mm-hmm,
but I don't know about the rest of the series.
because they're so well coached. Like even with KP gone, like do you really feel like Missoula's gonna lose a step here? Like
Yeah,
he still has his like top like four other guys
yeah.
still playing. Like,
Like Derek White's still there.
mm-hmm.
You still have Horford definitely. Uh, Drew Holiday's like he's your defensive anchor. JT, JB, like they're doing their thing. So you can never discount Boston. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and KP missing, like maybe that's a big thing for the rim protection, and even on offense, having a pick and pop big like
Mhm.
that can shoot so consistently. Maybe their offense does fall apart. Who knows? And New York is super well coached on defense, so I'm hoping for a close series. But Boston has been blowing out every team.
My only problem is Tibbs only relies on like six guys in his
Is that a
rotation.
problem?
If one goes down, the whole system crumbles.
Does it? They have like 10 guys. They have 10 guys on like their like. If one of their guards get injured, Miles McBride is playing 40 something minutes.
Yeah,
And if the forward gets injured, then I mean, who knows? Who do they have? Like, Bogdanovich should play like half of it. Achua
Bogdanovich
can
is out.
play.
He's out right now.
Oh, whatever. But like
Yeah,
Achua can hop in. Like you have
yes.
guys on that team. Like I don't know.
Robinson's back too, right?
He's back
Yeah,
too.
he's
Yeah.
been back.
So
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the guys missing time for New York.
Okay, sure.
They play like all of them are cogs in the system.
Hmm.
Whereas other teams are more like you lose this guy, you're done. Like Denver. Like if you gotta play Strother or Peyton Watson too many minutes, like
You're
you're done.
screwed.
You're
You're
done.
screwed,
Yeah,
man.
you're just done.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's the beauty for the Knicks. Like they're just so they have so much depth, and each piece that plays a part in it is like useful.
Yeah, they know what to do.
But and that leads me perfectly into the Thunder because the
Oh
Thunder
yeah.
is like them but on steroids.
Yeah, literally.
Like
And younger.
yeah, and younger and better
And better.
with an MVP candidate.
I mean, what else? And a better coach, probably. Like,
Like he did win Coach of the Year
true.
though.
So I guess he is the best coach, like doing Casey was, right?
Yeah, I think with the West, I might have to put my money on OKC now.
With the Denver series being super tough, like,
Yeah,
you think, okay, okay,
yeah.
they definitely have the easier series.
Hmm.
Man,
I don't know, man. Like OKC and what New Orleans at the time,
yeah.
bro. Like I thought they and the Pelicans would have done a bit more. Nah, man's got swept.
They got not only swept, but like blown out swept.
They got bullied, bro. Like got
Yeah.
cyber bullied too.
Cyber, yeah.
I think Shea, like beautiful, like as always. Hey, I'm being honest here, man. Like,
Okay.
I'm glazing the man, but I don't care. He's my MVP still.
Okay.
Um, I think Josh Giddey actually played pretty well.
He did. He's
Yeah.
the only one that had threes. I felt for like for them, like, which is weird to
You know
say.
what's funny? That's so funny though. Like I
Yeah.
expect Isaiah Joe to hit more, but
Yeah, it was Giddy the one that was just pulling up for threes. Yeah.
for his rookie debut, I think Chet Holmgren played pretty well.
Top 30, top 25, just saying.
Maybe, maybe. For playoff wise, top 15.
It's the playoffs. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, your pool gets smaller, yeah.
Yeah,
But like all I'm saying, like I think he played pretty well for this.
yeah, he was
For his,
outstanding. He
yeah,
was outstanding.
for his debut, yeah. And then those are my three, the three guys that stood out the most to me. I think Ludor just did his own thing, so there wasn't not much to comment. And yeah, like
How do you feel like JDub played?
he played okay. I didn't. I thought he'd do a bit more, considering like I felt Shea was carrying a lot of the load most of the time.
I felt like JDub, I kind of had a better series than Shea.
Really,
Yeah,
I don't know because the ball was in Shea's hands like in every fourth quarter.
I guess so.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like I would trust the second year guard, but I have an MVP candidate.
Why is that guy holding a table?
Yeah, why is he moving the table?
What? Well, yeah. What were you saying?
I think like if if the Thunder were like the youngest team minus Shea, and they were in the playoffs, yeah, you'd have to give it to Williams, right? But you have an MVP candidate. I'm giving my the ball to him all the time.
True, true,
Yeah,
true.
I think for what he did okay. I think just because what I expected out of the regular season, I wanted to see a bigger step up because that's usually what happens in the playoffs. Like they got your second option, your third option, they just jump up another level.
Yeah, that's what happened to Jalen Brown that one year.
Yeah, so I was kind of expecting that, but I guess he stayed kind of the same. Like his stats were relatively similar.
They are a system. Like, I feel like, yeah, like their system is so like consistent. You will not see like any big jump. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, in the playoffs, the point differential goes down. Like everyone's scoring like 70 in the fourth quarter. Like it's crazy. I'm telling you, like in the fourth quarter, you in regular games, you're seeing teams nearing 80, 90 points. No, these are low scoring playoff games now.
They're really really low scoring, except for like Boston. Every other team has just been struggling to
Boston was a
score.
blowout.
Yeah, even I guess even OKC was like dropping 130 some games.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the rest, like, especially the Orlando and Cleveland, the first like three games of that were like, you look at the box score, you're like, what the
What
fuck?
the
It's like
hell is going on?
96-84 is
Yeah.
the game. Like, when the people that wanted old school basketball, they got it.
I actually love it.
I love it too. Yeah,
There's so much. It's more physical. Like the defense is just more on point.
they have not been calling that much
Yeah,
fouls either.
I love that.
Yeah,
Like that's how it should be played. My opinion. I sound
I
like an
agree.
old head, but
No, no, I think we're all in the same boat, except for that New York series. All the other series have been ref like you body back someone and it's like, oh, just play on. And the players understand, they get up and they don't go, and that's what I'm saying. Like they don't complain as much because once they see the game is ref that way, like you're not getting that call.
yeah, there's no point in arguing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So okay, see, good job.
Good job. Yeah.
Good job.
But
Uh,
OKC against Dallas, how do you feel about that?
I think
OKC in four,
I'm
maybe five or
gonna
six.
be honest. I think Dallas in six.
Dallas, yeah, I think Dallas is cooking
Dallas. I
them.
think Dallas is gonna cook them. Well, not cook them. It's gonna be close.
Hmm.
But I think Dallas. They just. It's too young of a roster for OKC.
Oh, you're pulling the
Yeah.
young excuse. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Ryan.
Yeah.
This is where you pull it out. All right.
Because Luca's just Luca killed the Clippers. Okay. Luca killed the Clippers.
Kyrie killed the Clippers. Let's be honest. Luca was kind of dog shit in some of these games.
But like the gravity was just on Luca the whole time. Like you had James and Paul George on him the whole time, so that just freed up Kyrie.
Hmm.
So I think that because Luca was still scoring 30, that allowed Kyrie to score 40.
Good
I
explanation.
think that's what happened. And the Clippers just didn't show up that series.
No.
Sometimes like James
Clipper.
Harden was not that he choked. I think he played decently well for this time around. Like no more like single digit games this time around,
What
but
we expected.
yeah, it's like
It's good, but not good enough.
yeah, it's like OKC Harden, but not Houston Harden. I guess that's the only way I could put
I was
it.
gonna like it was like Philly Harden, but like you know how he dropped like 40 and then like two, like
Yeah.
it kind of like reduced a little bit. Like he would drop like
It averaged.
17,
It
yeah, then he
averaged.
dropped 40, and then he dropped like 14. Yeah, it was kind of like that.
It averaged out.
Exactly, yeah.
Um, to be honest, it's not that I don't like Dallas. I actually really like how the team's like improved since last year, but I thought the Clippers would have done it way better.
Yeah, you were hoping for that.
Yeah, I really was because first of all, expecting Kawhi to be healthy, which
He wasn't.
wasn't. He played what, one or two games?
Yeah, I think like and he played like shit.
Yeah, he played. Just did not show up.
Yeah.
uh, Westbrook got ejected, so that was
And he played like shit too after
yeah,
game one.
yeah.
So
Um, Paul George was their only pretty like consistent guy
yeah, I guess you could say
and
that.
consistent, like
Very
putting
loose
it
term.
very lightly,
Very loose
very
consistent.
lightly here. And Harden just he showed up, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Steve Ballmer's gonna do now that they have this what $3 billion for their
The new
new
arena.
arena. But just make sure that you you make sure you don't have like a choke house in that with your roster,
And
man.
this is why you have to hope that Paul George sticks around. Like this new arena just made things so much more complicated
Yeah.
because you have to promise so much for these fans that come in. Like if your best guy's not there, then like
What's the point?
that's the whole reason you made this new arena is for these guys to play in it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you have to push for Paul George to come back.
Yeah.
Like you hope like you fucking promise him everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, bro, we'll give you a cruise ship.
bro. Steve Ballmer has to like personally give him a hand job for
Oh
fucking Paul
God.
George to stay. You know, like he needs to do everything he can.
I'll give you my share of Microsoft.
Yeah, dead ass.
That's gonna happen.
Might have to pull out the. I'll give you a percent stake on the Clippers.
That might like
You might have to.
that's a LeBron that's a LeBron type of
Yeah,
deal.
like you might have to.
Who thought in 2024 you'd be giving Paul George like a percentage in the Clippers?
Oh man, you must be desperate, bro. You must be desperate.
But yeah, Dallas, I think they played really well.
Yeah.
6 games though. I think they still put up a tough fight, the Clippers. But at the end of the day, Luca, Luca and Kyrie is just too much.
Yeah, I was impressed by Luke. Not Luca, Kyrie. Like super impressed because as a second option, like people were kind of downplaying him a little bit before the season. You know, we saw him in
A
Boston
little
and
bit, yeah.
Brooklyn. Like, you like, what does Kyrie have left in the tank? He's back to what he was in like Cleveland.
But I think Kyrie is the best second option in the league.
Wow,
I think
bro.
he's the best second option in the league. Because when your first option is occupied, he becomes the first option and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
go like look at Cleveland Kyrie. Cleveland first first like primary score like when he was the first option before LeBron came, they weren't winning shit. There were 17 wins, 18 wins a season. LeBron comes, he's the second option, boom, finals, year one.
Mm,
Or like year one LeBron's there.
yeah.
Second option again, championship. Well, he's there. Too bad. They have Kyrie, but still made it to the finals. And then Kyrie leaves, boom, boom, like Boston without Kyrie makes it to the conference finals. Like all I'm saying is I don't think he's a great number one option, but he's the most elite number two option you could ask for.
And you actually make a good case for that
Yeah.
because I remember a couple years ago when it was the Curry Kyrie debate. You got taken. Kyrie was a second option in a top three point guards debate.
Yeah.
He was a second option and he was getting touted as a top three point guard in the
Yeah.
league. You know how good you have to be as a second option to even have that
Yeah.
considered? So
But
you're
like
right.
him being a first option is just I don't know. It's not that he's like I think he's just the way people just body him when he's first option. Like it's just too difficult for him to overcome that hump.
Yeah, yeah.
So him being a second option, like Dallas is incredibly lucky. Incredibly lucky. Like they can make the conference finals with this duo.
And this trade that they made, it makes it look so much better now.
Yeah,
That's
it
happens.
does. And they got him pretty cheap too. I mean, I can't even lie.
Yeah, it was like Dorian Finney-Smith
Yeah.
and a couple picks. It was
Spencer Dinwiddie, like
yeah, like what did you even give up?
nothing, bro.
Exactly. So that was a really good trade, and you do bring up a good point.
Yeah,
And I want to talk about Daniel Gafford as well.
yeah.
I mean, like these two trades they made, Washington not so much, but Gafford has been looking like the piece that they damn near were missing.
You know what's gonna happen though? They're gonna lowball Gafford, and he's still gonna take that offer.
Really,
Yeah, they're gonna offer him like 4 years, 60 million or something like that, and he'll be like, "Bet."
because he's actually playing real basketball on a team like this.
Yeah,
He was on with Chicago, Washington. Like, damn, I'd be fucking wanting to stay here too.
yeah, but I think if he were to test the market, he could hit 100 million, 120 million even.
Wow,
Yeah, that's how good I think he played, or like
wow.
that's how important I think he is for like teams that need a actual center.
Hmm.
So Dallas, you better cherish him while you still have
I
him.
mean, what does Gafford? I mean, what do you think he did that was like so worth it?
Enforcer, bro.
Enforcer?
Enforcer,
That's
bro.
valid. That's actually valid. Like, yeah.
Bro, was it? It was him and Westbrook that game, right?
Mm.
Yeah, bro. Like Westbrook got ejected. Like, yeah, he got ejected too. But yo, without you take out your most aggressive Clipper, and the rest of the team pups,
Yeah,
bro. Like, yeah, they're like mewing and shit,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Gaffer, yeah, you're right. Like he just hypes that team up.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a dog.
he's the hype man, bro. He's the energy guy. So
Yeah.
I think Dallas is they got to make a run, like spend whatever much time you have left with Daniel because he you have to pay him by the end of the season. Otherwise, he's walking out of there.
Yeah. And you think Cleveland's out here doing that shit? You think Dwight Powell's out here gonna try to fight people and shit? Hell no, bro. You actually
Then one of them just dislocate their Kleber, right? Kleber.
he did?
He dislocated his shoulder, yeah.
Holy fuck.
So you need Daniel Gafford in that lineup. Otherwise, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're done for. So yeah, that series could be closer because Dallas is more physical this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Denver and
Minnesota, yeah.
Minnesota. Oh wait, who did Denver and the Lakers? That was a pretty expected series, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah,
I feel bad for it. I mean, I don't feel bad for LA, but like they wanted Denver, and I think this LA team was actually a lot better than I thought. If they played OKC, like I wouldn't be too surprised if it's gone further. If
yeah,
it went to like 7 games,
yeah. I made that point last time too. I think Lakers, if they wanted a shot, they should have
they
lost.
should have lost. But they're like, no, it's okay. And guess what happens? You were probably like maybe I would say like the fourth best team in the playoffs in the West
Hmm.
or fifth, but you ended up just fucking yourself over here.
You could have gone further if it weren't for that opponent.
Yeah, and the fact that LeBron played so well and AD played so well, like it's a shame.
You know what? D'Lo wasn't even that bad.
Other than missing shots, I think he was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, what did he say? Like, I read something this morning. Like, I think I put a pretty respectable stat line this year.
Yeah,
Like
he did say that. He did say that,
something like that.
which is funny because they lost the series and he
Yeah.
got like 0 for 1 million. But he did. He did. If you look past the box score, yeah,
I think like the little things he did well.
yeah,
Like even I could have done that. But like
yeah.
say thank you to your $32 million a year player, Like
Yeah, come on.
other than I think Reeves played okay. Like I don't,
Yeah, the last game, interestingly enough, Reeves, I think, took the second most shots in the
mhm.
fourth for the Lakers, which is so weird. Like, he didn't do, like, Darvin Ham, like, it's not surprised that they fired him, but, like,
I mean,
man,
what's funny?
what?
He was the only Lakers coach to ever make it to the playoffs, like in his entire tenure there, and yet they still fired him.
Wow, bro. Yeah,
uh,
that's sad.
well, they let go of their entire coaching staff, so it's like you said earlier. I think JJ Redick might be in line for the next job.
That would be funny. That would be
Probably
funny.
not, because
Yeah,
that podcast is just gonna go to shit if that happens.
true, true.
But it'd be really funny to see.
Do you think people are downplaying Reddick because of the podcast? Like, or do you like, what do you like? Do you think he'd actually bring something to the
I
table?
think he brings something to the table.
Hmm.
Like I think he's so passionate about basketball that's why he and LeBron made the Mind the Game podcast, because that podcast talks only about X's and O's. Like
Yeah.
you're talking about strategy, you're talking about ways to like blitz and like guard and shit like that. Like who does that on a podcast? Like I feel like you're talking about chess sometimes.
Yeah, which is good. That's because the game is so analytical,
Yeah.
honestly.
So like I feel like he would be a perfect coach. I don't know about NBA just yet. That's the thing.
But here's also the thing, like you have shitty coaches like Wes Unseld being a coach. Like, I mean, come on, if he's a coach, if like I mean, there are guys that are in the coach that are in for a year, out for a year, like they're
Yeah,
gone. Like, why not give him a shot? You know, like
I'll be okay with that.
it's not the worst. And he does, and you're right, he's super passionate. I think he's a smart guy. He will be out here studying film like a madman.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know, give him a shot on the Lakers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it.
I mean, like, if I were the Lakers, I wouldn't even sign him as a coach. I'd sign him as a shooter, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The way they were shooting
Yeah.
that series, holy fuck.
Player coach.
Player coach,
Player coach. Like,
the Phil Handy.
they call timeout. All right, guys, we're gonna dry out. He's like getting undressed. All right, playing,
Oh,
gonna play.
yeah,
I'm gonna be in the corner.
yeah.
LeBron, you pass to me. I'll hit two threes in a row.
Oh my
All right,
God.
that's the play. He runs out, makes like he does
Sets
the
the floor,
play.
sets the floor, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes back out. He subs himself back out. All right,
Mm.
puts his coat back on. All right.
That kind of player coach. That kind of player coach. I like that. They do a mini pod on the bench.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
And then it gets leaked to like the public, and
Oh yeah.
now their playoff team knows
Yeah.
their next strat.
Oh
So
my God. No, but JJ Redick definitely could be an option there. I wouldn't mind it.
yeah, I'm okay with that too. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that too. But unfortunate how the Lakers series went. They did do better than last year. They won one game.
They did win one game, and all the games were close, just
Yeah.
like last year, sadly.
They
But
were up in every single game
every game, yeah.
until the fourth quarter.
But they
So
shit the bed, and Denver just came back.
yeah, the Lakers just don't have a closing lineup. They
Yeah.
just don't have that. So
Yeah.
unfortunate, but it is what it is.
But surprisingly, Torian Prince actually, I would say he
Yeah,
played pretty
I
well.
was gonna say
I was
that
like,
too.
you know what? For him being shit on like the entire fucking year, like, damn right, this guy gets his revenge on
He
these
stepped
guys.
up,
Yeah, he
and
stepped up.
then everyone else just
Stepped down.
he pulled a
Th-
Kevin Durant and Thunderstruck, bro,
On the whole team,
on the whole
on the whole
team.
bench.
He took everyone else's powers.
Yeah. He took everyone else's minutes too. Like, no Vanderbilt. Vincent played like maybe 7 minutes.
Yeah, you know what,
Okay.
Vincent? I give props to him. He actually played this series.
Hey, a good shit, good shit. But I feel bad because I think you gotta give Vincent more run. Like he did miss all his shots. I feel like in every game. I mean, he had like maybe like 2 shots in one of the games.
I think a lot at this point, you're just gonna have to play a bunch of people PG Tucker minutes. Like Tucker doesn't do shit out there, but he's there
He's
as a
there.
body.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think Vincent has so much to offer. Like, bro, you have to play these guys for them to get their legs
yeah,
under them. You can't expect these guys to just come in, play 10 minutes, and be themselves,
yeah.
right?
You gotta give them time to like get used to the flow of things. Like,
Exactly. Get used to how the team plays, like
bro,
with his spots.
you're okay, but Jamal Murray though, like he hit two game winners pretty much.
Yeah. That first one was unavoidable. Like,
Yeah.
that one was fucked.
The first one, I went right. Second one, I went left.
Hmm.
Bro, like,
No, but the second one, the defense was just so bad on it. I mean, you know, there's 3 seconds left when he got going,
mhm.
and it was Prince telling Hachimura like to go and help. Like people were blaming Prince. Hachimura is literally just standing there, There's 3 seconds left. Murray goes to his left. You know he has to pull up.
Yeah.
He has no time to get to the rim there.
But you're not attempting a block or like
Not
attempting a
stepping up,
contest.
and it's a wide open mini for the game.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
you know he's hitting that 9 times out of 10.
exactly, you have to step up, get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason for Hachimura to just be sitting there
Yeah.
and your teammate having to tell you to help when you're the guy up. Like, come on. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. They deserve to lose that series, and
Yeah.
I'm happy the coaching staff got fired.
I'm saying for Jamal Murray at least, best non-All-Star player in this league.
Even though he played like shit that series,
Yeah. Best non-All-Star closer in this league.
yeah, closer.
Closer, yeah.
He's probably the best closer in the league.
Yeah.
Like he
I
just
say
steps it up.
I
Yeah,
say so. I say so. In the playoffs.
in the playoffs.
In
Yeah.
the playoffs. Yeah,
He's a big games merchant.
yeah. And what's our final series? The most disappointing one. Minnesota Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
That was
Not disappointing for me because I want
yeah,
Minnesota to win. But in terms of as a collective fan base, you want to see good basketball. You thought this was the series, right?
yeah. I did say I think last time we were on, I said this was going to be the most competitive series. It was a sweep.
It was a sweep and like a pretty convincing sweep too.
Bradley Beal. Oh, if I've never been swept in my whole life, and if I do, damn.
Well, I'll be damned.
Well, I'll be damned. And then,
Yeah.
damn.
Damn, yeah. I mean, the way they played though, they kind of deserved it.
Yeah.
I mean, this roster before we even got into the series, I was skeptical.
I've been saying it's too top heavy.
It's too top
You're
heavy.
paying 150 million for three guys
That do the same thing.
that do the same shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing you said with Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. They do the same thing. You need something
Mhm,
around them that like
mhm.
it changes the way the team is played.
Look, my only argument with Tatum and Brown is that they've made the finals. You haven't seen shit from these three in Phoenix yet, because they made it what to the second round last year with only KD and Book, and they
Yeah,
thought,
it was a
yeah,
different team. Come on.
I mean, like, well, yeah, let's grab another guy who has the
Oh,
same skill
yeah,
set, bro. Like,
yeah,
maybe that'll change
that'll
things.
change it. Yeah.
And then this year they got swept. So what's their next move forward?
And what is? I mean, you know what they shouldn't have done, which I will stand by. I don't care if everyone's they should have kept it in.
You
They
think
should
they
have
should have
kept
kept
it
Aiden?
as bad as a
Was
teammate.
defense like the problem for Phoenix?
It was both, but I think Aiden, as shit as he is, you can coach him to be in the right spot at least. If he is in the paint there, that's at
That
least
that's fair.
yeah,
It's tough to get by Aiden. It's like
he
he
is.
may be bad at everything else, or like he might not have the motivation for everything else,
Yeah.
but he's still a leaning tower of Pisa that's standing there, with his arms up like that, like bro,
Yeah. And look,
and still not ducking over that. I don't
no.
care.
But well, I'm living in the past maybe. I probably am.
Yeah,
But that one year where he took them Jokic, 80, and who was the other guy? There's no center. I think it was Porzingis. Might have been. I'm not sure. It was one year he went past Jokic and AD.
Jokic.
80 in the first round. Jokic, I think, in the second round.
Was it Cat or no?
Maybe it was
It
whoever it
was, it
was.
was 2021.
It
No.
was like three good centers in a row that he took, and three like, elite centers
Yeah.
that he took down. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, this guy can lock down a defense if he wants to. And they got rid of him because of one year. And like, what happens, bro? You don't have a center, and your team shit.
Yeah.
You need a center on your team. That's why Dallas is actually making it further. That's why Minnesota's cooking. That's why Denver won the championship. You need a good center on your team, bro.
Yeah, especially in the West.
Yeah, especially in the West,
Especially in the
where
West.
it's all like tall guys
I
taking
feel like in
over.
the East, if you're lucky, you can get by.
Hmm.
If you're lucky, but I don't know. Like me personally, I don't think New York actually has a center.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
and they got lucky in a sense, right? But for this one, the West is just too scary, man. You
It
need
really
you
is.
need
Yeah.
a five. You need an enforcer there down low. So I don't know, man. Phoenix just choked it. They screwed it up.
They just screwed up. Roster construction wise, they just screwed up.
You know the only player they can get good value in return for is Book.
Oh, don't.
He's the only player they can get value for.
That's very
KD's
tough.
old.
Katie's old.
No one wants Beal.
And Beal has a no trade clause.
Yeah. So Book is the only guy you can really trade if you want to, like, I guess, improve or like rework the roster.
Man.
And the owner shot himself in the foot in this case. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna bring KD in, big name. I'm gonna bring Beal in, former scoring champion.
He's
Like,
playing my GM, bro.
bro, and it doesn't work anymore.
It
Like,
doesn't.
maybe it worked in 2012 with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, but
But they had different skill sets. That's
yeah,
also the thing. Like Bosch took that step back and was like a defensive anchor or whatever. Like,
Wade was a great second option next to
yeah,
LeBron, and they surrounded the team with the right pieces. Ray Allen was there,
Shane Battier.
Chalmers was there. Like
Not Shane Battier.
they did a lot of good things with that Heat team.
Yeah.
But this Phoenix squad, way too top heavy. No one wanted to sacrifice any money. Everyone that you brought in was over the hill. Like Eric Gordon was like
He might have been the worst player I've watched that
he looked
series.
like a
Holy
he wasn't
fuck.
even a shell of himself. He was like
A ghost of
a ghost
himself.
of him exactly.
Bro, I'm watching this series. This guy's blowing wide open layups,
Bro,
missing wide open threes. I could not have watched a worse player on the
bro,
floor.
rename him Casper, bro.
He's done. He's actually done.
Like he's not getting a contract after this.
No.
So all I'm saying, this team was not built to last, and you lost Grayson Allen, which was the worst scenario because
He's the
you
one role player you could trust.
and you have no one else now.
Nobody, nobody.
So Phoenix, you gotta rethink some things for the next season, man, because the way things are looking, KD is gonna leave you guys, and we know you have a history of that.
Yeah,
And Book's not gonna be happy anytime soon. He's expressed, Book has expressed desire to leave Phoenix in the past.
good.
Yeah.
He's been there for like 8 years and he just gets fucked over
Yeah,
every
because
time.
I think after his third or fourth season, he was like, "I want to win, man," and they won.
Well, yeah,
And
that
then
that time was different because he was like it was like
yeah, yeah,
19
and
win
then
team.
Chris Paul came and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm winning," and now they're back to
Yeah,
losing.
exactly. With good and this even worse because it's with a good roster.
Yeah.
You feel like you have no hope. I'm saying, man, once they let go of Aiden, this team was done, bro. You should have kept Aiden. Even as bad as he was, he is still the guy that you can
Mhm.
rely on in the playoffs.
But the props has to go to the T Wolves.
Yeah.
Like I want to talk about the Timberwolves, bro. Like they were different. I don't know. I thought this regular season, not that it was a fluke, but it just didn't seem consistent enough for the year for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they proved me wrong.
Yeah, they put it together for sure.
Yeah, they pulled through, and low key, I think with Gobert playing the five for like that rest of the regular season, and Cat like taking that time off to like although he was injured, he took that time off and he's pretty much fresh at this point.
Hmm.
That was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Kinda. Like I can't say for sure, but I thought Cat looked really fresh, like very rejuvenated in this series against Phoenix.
Even though he just came back early from an injury,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
he's still a good, yeah.
Yeah, he looked really good out there. And I don't know, Ant's just Ant's different, man. He's Michael Jordan's son.
He actually is. And he proved it in game one too. But yeah, Minnesota, like people always have like a speculation about Gobert. Like, is he good? Like, he can
He
get
was voted the
abused.
most overrated player in this league.
Well, players also just hate him too.
Yeah.
But bro, people like, hey, he's just like he's tall and like people always go at him and score and stuff. Like you saw Nurkic hit a couple buckets, but bro, when you watch possession to possession, players are going up on him and missing, and that's all that matters.
Because you if you're a presence down there, you make it tough to score, and sometimes you just have a really nasty KD mid range. Like that's just it.
It just
But
happens, yeah.
because it's KD. But other times, if I'm Gobert and I'm down in there and I see everyone else is afraid of me, I'm using that.
Hmm.
I'm using that, and that's exactly what happened to Phoenix. They saw the Stifle Tower and they were like, "Fuck, oh mon dieu, bro!"
Oh
Like,
mon dieu.
that's what they said, bro.
Exactly, bro.
And he was like, "No, no, no."
Bro, I love Gobert,
Yeah.
bro. I've loved Gobert for like the past. When people hated him, I get sad. I get sad,
I'm
bro.
not even a hater. I just didn't wasn't. I'm not a fan of Gobert, but I'm
Yeah,
not a hater.
you don't believe in the Gobert effects.
Yeah, but like I'm not like a hater on him, right? Like
Yeah,
when
I know, but people hate on him
yeah, they do hate on him, and it's overhated. But
easily.
like this series showed that he's more valuable than you think.
He is.
Easily fourth DPOY in my opinion.
Or this year?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. After this
easily,
performance, yeah.
easily.
And people are like, I think Wembanyama should get it, bro. First in the West, pretty much the whole year. Number one defense, bro. Gobert is back, bro. Gobert is back.
Come on, like the first year in Minnesota, it was a learning curve.
Exactly. And what do you want,
What
man?
do you want to do? What do
What
you
do you
want with
want?
that?
Like, come on.
Come on, like you're playing like alongside another center.
Yeah.
Like that has not been done since what? David Robinson
Yeah,
and Tim
exactly.
Duncan?
Well, yeah, like we seen it with Horford and B. Like, oh, it doesn't work, bro. Come on, give him some time, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he's too good for not to work,
Yeah. I mean, Horford was kind of old by the time he got to
bro.
Philly,
He got
so
unwashed in Boston, bro. He became unwashed in Boston. Remember?
he got rejuvenated. Like it
Yeah,
was Jesus Christ, like
it was. Yeah.
revived from the tomb. That's what happened.
He had the year off in OKC and came back a better man.
He worked on himself.
He did. He did.
He kind of went back to his ex.
He went back to his ex that treated him well. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's working out now.
exactly. Yeah,
They're treating him well there,
he's probably gonna start again in the play. Yeah, so he's good.
probably with KP out. So
Hmm.
we'll see, man. We'll see. But I think Minnesota has a real chance of getting to the finals.
They
Their
do.
defense is just elite. Their offense, they know their guys, and even if it doesn't work out, you still have some older guys that can step up. Like Mike Conley, not that he was a no-show, but he did what he needed to
He
do.
actually did. He shot the ball pretty decently, I would say, some games, and he sets up the floor.
And people still discount him because he's what, 36 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, like don't this
Don't do that.
don't do that to him, bro.
Don't do that.
Yo, grit and grind.
Come on now. Yeah. He's already been there with Gobert once. Like,
Yeah, he has.
so, and listen, the Gobert Conley pick and roll,
Mhm.
holy fuck, bro. It's unstoppable.
I think it's just really lucky that the Timberwolves were able to trade for Conley last year, considering that he has chemistry with Gobert.
Hmm.
So that was really lucky for them. And I think this Gobert actually having finally a good defensive like support system helps him out dramatically.
Yeah. And remember when guys were giving the Timberwolves so much shit for that trade with D'Lo?
Hmm.
The trade where they get back Conley and they give away
I
Vanderbilt.
love that deal though.
Bro, back then, yeah, but people back then were like, you give away Vanderbilt and D'Lo for Conley? Are you fucking serious? Look at them now. Look at them now. They don't even need
They
Vanderbilt.
don't need
They
Vanderbilt
don't.
because Vanderbilt's not a shooter.
He's not sure,
He's
yeah.
not a shooter. So when you trade away a non-shooter and you free up some space to bring in a shooter, god damn, you're different.
You can play McDaniels more minutes,
Yeah.
and on the back end, you can play Anderson more minutes too.
And you're like, I'm not a big believer in this guy, but Nikhil Alexander
You're not a
Walker,
believer in this
I
guy.
wasn't a believer in this
There's
guy.
no way you're not a believer in
Yeah,
this
I wasn't
guy.
a believer into the guy.
What?
Like
Okay.
he proved me wrong this
He
series,
did. He
bro.
actually did.
Like when I was at Isabel's place
Yeah.
and I was watching the highlights with her brother. I was just like, nah, Nikhil ain't that guy,
He's not
bro.
that guy.
And then he starts killing them on three.
Bruh.
I'm like, shit, I gotta swallow my words, bro.
Yeah, it's like what you said about Heald and Harris. Like,
Yeah.
I just have
No,
to
I
take it on
I
the
have to
chin.
take
Yeah.
it. Yeah, because I said it, but I think I was wrong about Nikhil, bro. Like my bad, bro. My
Yeah, the
bad.
value he brings is huge because it's not only that he's like a good shooter, knows his role, but he's like a decent defender, which actually opens up so much gates.
Yeah.
Because if Conley's struggling, like I mean, you can just bring him in and he's his energy right off the bat.
Yeah.
He's like a Josh Hart type.
A little bit, yeah. Just
Yeah,
not as tall, but
and not as I would say like
athletic.
athletic and I guess like
He's a poor man's Josh Hart.
yeah, he's like a less hype Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Josh Hart's like a crack addict out there, bro. Like straight. You know what his over unders for rebounds
What
is?
is
It's 12.5 for game
12.5?
one.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say 10.5.
Bro, 12 point the people they think he's gonna grab 12 boards. Like what's crazy.
And he's gonna grab 24. Like just go over all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what Alexander Walker is gonna do this series.
So we got Minnesota and is it I don't know what team they're placing.
You don't bro,
Dallas?
Denver.
Fuck, my bad, my bad.
Come on, I just about to
We
start.
did. So what are we saying for the series? Yeah, they're playing on
It's
what
bad
team?
because Minnesota just won game one yesterday. So it's tough to say. It actually is tough to say. Like, do we overreact to game one?
No, no. I think Denver still they were because they never. I don't think they've played Minnesota before in the playoffs. I think this
Last year.
they did right.
They
They
created
killed
five.
them. They killed them. But this is like the new look
It's the
Timberwolves.
new it's old Gobert, bro. They got old Gobert back. Prime Gobert's on this
Prime
team. So
Gobert's back. Yeah,
I mean, this first game, like Gobert locked them up,
yeah.
and like it
Didn't
wasn't like Denver played like
didn't
shit.
he? Didn't Jokic score less than 20?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I don't remember.
but I don't know. Like Denver needs to they need to use Jamal Murray needs to be on his A game.
Hmm.
Because if Gobert's being locked up, you, you have Mike Conley on him on Murray, so you need to take advantage of that every single possession.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Murray needs to step up. I don't know if Porter can step up because you're gonna have Ant on him, or you're gonna have like
You're not having ads
you're
on
not having
Porter
Ant on.
Jr. No.
Who are you having Ant on?
On Murray.
Oh, Ant on Murray, not
Yeah.
Conley.
No, are you I mean it's a 1-2 game. Your best defender has got to
No, yeah.
it's either Murray, I mean you have to put McDaniels on Porter Jr. because it's the off-ball screens. I'm not McDaniels is really good at going through screens. Like that's one of his strengths. That's
Yeah.
why you have him on Porter Jr.
Okay, fair, fair,
And you got
fair.
to have a big bully ball
Yeah,
guy on Murray
yeah.
for Ant.
I think the worst matchup for the Timberwolves is Gordon and Cat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough.
because Gordon's just too physical, and
Mm.
Cat's kind of soft down there.
Yeah,
So
and we saw it in game one. Like
yeah,
it
he
is
got
what
bullied
happened.
down
He
there.
got bullied.
Yeah, but he didn't even perform bad offensively either, though.
Who?
Cat,
Yeah, he was pretty good.
he was decent. So like, I think Minnesota definitely has a chance of beating Denver, but you can't discount them. They were the champions last year.
Yeah.
So if I were to give a guess right now, though, Denver in seven.
Yeah, I hope it's a close
I
series.
think it's Denver in seven
I
still.
want to see what would happen if you put Michael Porter Jr. on Ant. Is one thing that I'm interested in seeing because he's kind of underrated in that aspect. And
Yeah,
like length does like Ant does struggle with length at times.
because the wingspan is just too big.
Yeah, and like his shot is like really far. It's like damn near back here with Ant. But like Porter Jr. can move his feet as well.
Yeah,
So if that I want to see I need to see game two before I have a
yeah,
conclusive
of
one,
course.
but I still want to believe in Minnesota. I am a delusional man, you know. I did believe in New York. I believe in Indy, so like
I
I'll
mean,
believe
if
in
you
Minnesota.
want to keep that up
Yeah, I'll put Minnesota. I'll put them in six.
in six,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna think Denver in seven. I think they just have so much that to go for them,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see them giving up the series so easily. So
Well, obviously it's game one, but like it is a different team though. Like be warned. Like last year, Denver was like killing teams like left and right.
yeah,
This it does feel a little bit different this year. It really
I
does.
think just their bench is a little weaker now.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
it
the
really
bench
is.
is weaker. So they lost Bruce Brown. It's just I think
That's the one guy they lost. Like, but
But I
it's a
think that
big
kills.
piece.
I think
It
that
is.
kills them quite a bit because he was so important to them in the playoffs last year. So you gotta wait and see. But I think still Denver in seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got Minnesota in six. And what's the last series? OKC and Dallas, the two Texas teams.
Okay, so I'm thinking okay. So I'm pretty sure we already called it. You said Dallas and
I
six.
I think Dallas in six in this one, but I think it's just because OKC is too young still.
Hmm.
OKC is just
This excuse. I hate this excuse, Ryan. I hate it. I hate it.
yeah,
This.
I'm an OKC fan though, but like I'm just speaking the facts. I think Luca and Kyrie is just gonna kill OKC. It's gonna kill Shea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just the
That's
facts.
bottom line for you.
Yeah. Hey man, 30 and 30 equals 60. 60 does not, and then you have 30 and what 18 on JDub's side.
What are you talking about?
I'm just doing the
The
math.
points per game?
Yeah, I'm just doing the
Fuck you,
math.
bro.
I'm just doing the math here.
Oh my God. Well, OKC was playing about 15 guys last in this regular season, so like, come on. No, but I think and almost most of these series, the better coach does win. I'd say that, and that's not gospel, but Dagnall is like a really,
He's a
really good
really good
coach,
coach.
and he's really good at adjusting.
Yeah.
That's one thing that like he always does. Like, bro, with Giddy, people are like, what the fuck do you do with Giddy on this roster? Well, he's the way he's utilizing him.
He's using
It
him
helps.
properly,
It
man.
helps. You play him with Shea, and JDub gets the backup. He
Yeah.
plays with the bench,
Yeah.
and it works. It
When you
just
play
does work.
JDub with the bench, he's the first option now. So
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
and I don't know. This team is too like well orchestrated. Like usually with these young teams, like OKC in the past with like Durant, like it's a bunch of misfits. Like, but they just find to play together
Mhm.
because they're all good,
Yeah.
right? This team, you have Chet as their two-way rim protector. You have JDub as a secondary scorer, and you have Shea as their number one
But
guy.
everyone has a role.
Hmm.
Everyone knows how to do their job, and everyone does their job like to near perfection.
Yeah,
So
and these guys, you don't know their names. These role players like Casey Wallace, Isaiah Joe, like some people, and the other Jalen Williams,
yeah,
you may not know these guys' names, but let's just say like in a couple years you do know these guys' names. Then you might think it's different. It's just that like a lot of people don't know what these guys
because
do, how they
no
play.
one's watching Thunder games in the
Exactly.
regular season, but now you're in the playoffs. Like your eyes aren't on him. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, like he's
Lou Dort's look really good. Remember that one year Lou Dort was like locking up who was it,
yeah,
LeBron or something?
James Harden.
It was James Harden. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like who the fuck is this guy? So I think it might be a wake up call this year for them.
Maybe. Like I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
Like I want to be proven wrong in this one because I love the Thunder.
yeah.
But I still I don't know. I don't know.
You know,
Experience is like playoff experience to me is like super big.
I'm hesitant to say, but I might take OKC in four actually.
We've seen four.
I might have to. Like this, I think Dallas and Clippers, they look so shit, both of them. That I think OKC just so much rest. Like they were just chilling, kick feet up, watching this series. Like I think they're just cooking. I think they're just cooking.
All right. If it's OKC in four, I'd love to see that. I
I'm delusional. I will say that.
no, but I would glaze the Thunder any chance I get.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
would. But
True.
I to me it was just like the Mavs just looked like they were bullying the Clippers at times. Like they weren't even trying to score on them. They just tried to like take their lunch money and shit. I don't know. Like I think they might do the same for a few games with the Thunder
Think
because
so.
they're too young.
I guess, but for me, like the Dallas team, like as good as they are, yeah, Luke and Kyrie, they're awesome. They're great, but
Yeah,
I don't want.
who's their next guys? Yeah.
Also, I don't want to be rude, but like the guys around them are not smart
Yeah,
basketball
they're
players. Like
not. They're not.
Derrick Jones Jr., Daniel Gafford, like these guys aren't smart basketball
They're
players.
they're they're like brawn over brain kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah, yeah. Like they just do their
Like
role.
they know what to do,
Yeah, yeah.
but they're not smart about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because you can see like Gafford get 2 fouls in 2 minutes,
He's yeah.
and he's just like, "That's what I'm trying to do, bro. Like I'm here for that." No,
I'm
you
trying to
also
block the shot.
need to do other shit. You need to do so. I see where you're coming from. I hear you,
They're
but
too
I'm
young,
still going with Dallas.
but there's yeah. Obviously, like I think we disagreed on almost all the series. Right?
Almost all the series, yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, let's another few weeks, 3 weeks of entertaining basketball. So
Yeah.
we'll see you then.
Hmm. Peace. Are you? I thought you were signing off.